Okay, so Carlsby has just slain Otto the Mad Guard who attacked us. And Euryalus walks up and takes the spear out of his hand, the spider leg spear. And immediately he pauses and grips it and hears this voice that says, "Do it. Do it now." And he thrusts the spear into Otto's dead body as Fumblefizz and Carlsby look on in horror. Like, what are you doing? And he says, and then it says, and then that same voice says, "Now ask." And he says, "Are you at peace now?" And the voice answers back from Otto, actually, not the spidery voice. "Yes, I was no longer for this world. My essence has been freed to return to Opus's light. Thank you." And he yanks the spear back out, and Carlsby and Carlsby looks at Fumblefizz like that one meme of I don't even know where it came from, like the guy looking sideways, looking back. He looks kind of like a monkey teddy bear or something. Whoa. Anyway, moving on. All right, so I'm Bradu. Welcome back to the Ruins of Ardust, where Euryalus has a couple new toys between the the spear and the robe, and we're gonna keep moving on. So I'm gonna go around the other side. Oh no, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're in this room here. 36. I'm gonna go into one of these little closets, and we're gonna crash for the night. Carlsby's down to 1 hit point. I can't remember if I've done my circle of life, my drum circle yet, and that's the only healing I have, and that could only heal. Anyway, we're gonna rest for the night. So I am going to. Can I lock the door? Not really. I don't have anything special for that. I'm gonna use the spikes though. I can spike the door shut from the inside, and we're just gonna crash. I'll do a random encounter check, but unless it's something that can get in somehow, we will be okay. So should I just do one random encounter check through the night? I mean, we're off in a weird spot that's pretty secluded in a closet locked in, so maybe I'll do two. 1, 2. Okay, so we survive. We sleep through the night. Fumblefizz gets back his spells. Everybody's got full hit points and full everything. And we are going to mosey on over from here. We now have the key to get in here, but we're going to go here. So we're going to go up the other hallway and slowly listening. The ravens will be looking out. That is 37. This is a chamber. The deepest room in the temple. 4 short bookshelves are... Oh, by the way, my mode of transportation here is just going to be that... What is the trick to There. I guess that's it. My mode of transportation, or not just transportation, but Carlsby's going to be listening in. The ravens will move ahead. Carlsby always goes in front. Probably Fumblefizz next, and then Euryalus in the back. With a raven in the back and a raven in the front. That will be how we will move. And I'll be listening in with Carlsby. And that way I can judge when I read the stuff, how I should handle a situation. Would the ravens have seen this? Would Carlsby have heard it? That kind of thing. And should I be how do I check for traps on that note? I guess I don't. I don't really have anybody to check for traps. I mean, I'll be looking, but I would just give myself a. I'm not like specifically looking for traps, so I would just give myself a chance to notice traps. Okay, 4 short bookshelves are arranged in a square in the center of the room. Great. A stone desk sits in the east wall. Inside the wall, it looks like. Ooh. A body wearing vestments is stuck to the north wall via spider webs. Let's go check out the body and poke and prod around and see what happens there. Carlsby will be the one doing it using his sword. The mouth is agape in horror. The eyes are hollow sockets. Gouged into his left hand is a crude mark of a spider, cut with a knife or bladed tool. So it doesn't look like there's any treasure or anything like that, but something bad happened. Fumblefizz will check out the bookshelves. He's our reader. They are waist-high, arranged in a diamond shape in the center of the room, filled with dust and scraps of parchment. And I guess Euryalus will check out the desk. Covered in dust. There are ink pots. There's an embossed silver cup worth 5 gold pieces that holds quills. It's not an XP. And frankly, I don't think I want to take up a gear slot for 5 gold pieces, so I'm just going to leave that, actually. That was nothing. Scribe room, it says. And that leaves us with, well, the kind of the main room, or we could go down and around. So we have the key. Are we headed straight for the main stuff, or do we want to go south? Let's just leave that up to chance. 1, 2, 3, we will go for the main room where we have the key. 4, 5, 6, we will. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 4, 5, 6. We will go south and then to the east where we haven't been. West would take us back to the stairwell. There is doors down there, but I don't know that we'd go that way. Sorry, I'm making no sense here. So 1, 2, 3, we try the key, and 4, 5, 6, we go to what is essentially room 33. Let's do that. 33. Let's see what this says. This is a chamber with 8 thin stone columns, and hanging between them is several dozen webbed corpses. Ooh. Ooh, I have the question here. I have a question here. Well, one is that locked. Does it tell me in the other place? West opens to a chamber. North stone door. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't really say if this door is locked. I don't think it is. Don't think that door's locked. So we come in here, no problem. 33. Something's gonna happen though. Okay, so I had to draw up a map for this one. So we come into the room. The ravens are kind of scoping things out. There's corridors to the north that we haven't totally checked out yet. It's a big room down here with something over here. It doesn't even say what it is. Doesn't really matter. So we come in and we're like, whoa, there's not a whole lot of room to move here, but maybe I drew this too big. There's 8 columns, and the the whole middle of the columns is just like a big mess of webbing, and we can definitely see corpses are like webbed up in this. And as we're coming around, coming into the room, I guess I probably am just gonna go for it. We're gonna roll initiative, and I think I will roll at advantage for the bad guys on this one. Ooh, that could cost me. Nat 20. Look at this. Nat 20 and Nat 1. Again. That's the thing. And I got a 7, so this is surprise. So what happens is out of these webbings come 3. It's not, I have ettercaps, but this is kind of laughable. Spider-Man. It says right here. Here's a Spider-Man. There's 3 Spider-Men. Spider-headed fanged man thing. Clambering demon. Once mortal, though we don't necessarily know that. So they're kind of humanish, but they're transforming into spiders somewhat. So one of them gets advantage. Should I have them each attack one of our guys? I think that's too harsh. So I'm going to make it. Carlsby's in front, and he usually tries to protect. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So first guy attacks 1. Carlsby. That's going to be the surprise. So he rolls at advantage. 3 and 4. Woo! Carlsby was ready. Puts up his short sword, which I think is a long sword. The second one, and they have a black shard blade. They wield blades with black, howling, pitted abyssal steel. The second one is going to leap out at Carlsby as well. He's not at advantage because that's just how my surprise works. You don't get advantage on everything. You get advantage on the first attack, and then they basically know you're there. Oh, I forgot to start a timer. I better start a torch timer, huh? Let's just do it right here. 20, 40. Reset it. 20, 40. Oh, how do I get it to start again? I'm not sure how. Here we go. I'm just going to hide time. Okay, random start. I'm just going to refresh the whole page. 20 to 40. Hide the time. Play. Here we go. Timer's on. Bumblefizz walks in with a torch. I probably should have also walked in with mage armor, but I didn't. Okay, so now he's going to roll. 12. That might hit. 12 plus 3. Oh, they get 2 attacks. So never mind. That's actually the first attack of... So that's the first guy still. This is his second attack. 12 is a plus 3 is a miss. Second attack, or second... Sorry, I should have rolled at advantage. This is the second die of the advantage. Second attack. Miss. So Carlsby totally negates this one. But now this one jumps out at him. First attack, this is with the blade, the sword. 11 plus 3 is a miss. 8 is clearly a miss. And actually that was both because he's no longer at advantage. So he missed with both attacks. The third guy attacks. Oh no, I was afraid of that. Bumblefizz. He's going to attack with the blade. This could be real bad. 10 is going to hit because he doesn't have... He doesn't have his mage armor up. God dang it. That was just a brain fart on my part. So it's going to hit for 1d6. 1 damage. Whew, thank goodness. However, there's still Still bad news if he hits him again. Now the second one. 8 plus 3 is an 11. I think it's still a hit. Yep, he's only a 9 without mage armor. 100% need to do mage armor every time. 1d4 damage. Another 1 damage, thankfully. But also plus poison. Ooh. The poison is he needs to make a con save. And his con is a +1. That is not good enough. Not at all. So when he gets bit, his eyes go jet black. And he turns to face one of his allies that he is about to attack. 1, 2 is Carlsby. 3, 4 is... Oh, he's going to go after Euryalus. Doggone it. Okay. So they all went. Fumblefizz got hit, and he is trying to attack Euryalus. Upon seeing this, Euryalus, I think, is going to do the first thing. Oh, this sucks because Euryalus has to do 2 things here, and he can only choose one. But I think he sees what is happening with Fumblefizz and is going to chant his shamanic purge. Near allies expel possessions and beguilements. So that means if he's able to make this chant work, Fumblefizz will regain his senses, right? Because he's essentially possessed here. And on a 12, it works. So, however, it's violent. So Fumblefizz starts puking. He just starts going, coughing and puking and hacking. And he's going to have to wait at least for a second. Carlsby can do something, though. I think he's just attacking. Let's give Carlsby advantage because let's have the Ravens help him out. Because they're his, they're kind of his. So they're gonna start. They can actually attack. So do we give him advantage or do we just attack? Let's have one of them give him advantage, and the other one can do whatever next. So he's going to start flying around and buzzing in his face and stuff. And Carlsby's going to attack at advantage. If I can find my die. Oh, there it is, hiding. 8 and 8. That is not great. 8 plus 3 is not going to hit, is it? Nope. Sure isn't. He needs a better attack bonus. Jeez. On that note, let's have this one peck at it. So they can actually attack for a d4. So he's gonna attack. 19 is definitely a hit. That's awesome. I think it does d4. So 3 damage on the third one. Ooh, they have a lot of hit points. This could be bad. This could be bad. Do I have a good thing to take care of them? Not really. Okay, so I hate to do this, but Fumblefizz has to cast Mage Armor, and he also has to try to get out of there. I guess he's going to try to move on the other side of Euryalus, but that would put him out of the room. Let's do that. He's going to move. He's going to try to move out into the hallway for a second, so he's at least out of danger, and then he's going to cast Mage Armor successfully. So he does get Mage Armor. And that was all of us, right? Oh gosh, that's bad. We didn't do anything to slow them down. And now we essentially have 2 on Carlsby and 1 on Yorealis. Let's do Carlsby. Let's attack Carlsby. Gosh darn it. Is there anything I can do to use my... Oh, I know what's going to happen. Not what's going to happen, but... Yeah, I got to attack Carlsby. Not advantage this time, but I will roll them both at once. So we're going to have... That's going to be the Black Blade. That's going to be the Bite. Black Blade misses. Bite hits. 4d4 plus that poison again. This is dangerous. So 2 damage to Carlsby. And he's got to make a poison save. Con 15. That is no joke. That is not good. So his eyes go jet black. And now he turns on his allies. But while he does that, he gets attacked by another one. 10 plus 3 misses, but this time the Black Blade hits. Oh, I didn't read this. Ugh, this is horrible. Okay, so the Black Blade hits for d6 for 1. And it says black shards embed into the target, dealing 1d4 damage each round. I can make a strength check to remove it. This is kind of dangerous. I feel like I have to do something big here. I thought I was going to cruise through the rest of this dungeon, and clearly that is not true. This one's going to take a while if I can't do something pretty quick here. And Carlsby, I have to... Dang it. So that was 1, 2. Now this third one's going to go on Yorealis. If Yorealis gets hit, I'm screwed. Right? Yeah, I guess I have to. His AC is so low, he's dead. If he gets hit, he's dead, and we're dead. Dang. Carlsby's also right here. Did they triple up on Carlsby? I have an idea. Now we're just gonna do this. 1, 2. He goes after Yorealis. 3, 4. He turns on Carlsby instead, and they're gonna go after Carlsby. Here we go. Miss with the bite, hit with the blade. 3 damage. So Carlsby's in big trouble now. He's got shards embedded in him. He's corrupt. It's our turn. Woof! Huh. At least I do have an idea. I do have an idea here. Wish I would have moved. But that's okay. All right, Fumble Fizz is going to come back into the room and move around to here. Yeah, right here. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands. And not only that, he's going to take a chunk of Weird Stone. I haven't done this yet. He's going to take a chunk of the Weird Stone and crush it as he casts burning hands and he's gonna like try to get this webbing as well as two of these spider beasts. And by crushing the weird stone as he casts the spell, it gives him advantage and a higher chance at crit. And makes him sick. But we'll get to that. So he's gonna do it. Alright, let's go. Crit. 14. At least I didn't get that one. 14 is successful, but it's not a crit. So what is that? D6? I think it's D6. I'll use the red die because it's fire. 4. So they each take 4. So that's 2. That's the 2 that weren't wounded. So now we have 4, 4, and 3. All 3 of them are wounded. And I'm going to do... We have the... this isn't cool, but... I have the shards stuck in him. I don't think that it should be his entire turn to try to pull the shards out. I'm going to make the shards be like basically a free action, like dropping or whatever. So he's going to try a strength check to pull out the shards that were in him because he was hit earlier. If he doesn't get them, he's in big trouble. Strength 12. Do you want to know why I picked this die? Because I just rolled a 1. And so I knew the 20 was next. How freaking weird. So he pulls out... I needed the 20 on something else. Because how is this successful? He pulls out the shards. And is there any way to get something more successful than that? Oh, I know. Not only does he pull out the shard, but he stabs this guy in the back with it. So he's going to pull a shard out of himself and just stab it right into the back of the spider guy for 2 damage. Meh. I mean, that's at least something to make it cool. Okay, so now Carlsby is possessed. This sucks. I can't seem to get unpossessed. Euryalus has to try to chant now to unpossess him. And I also have to move to safety. Carlsby's like almost on his own here. Nat 1. Guess what? Luck point. Luck token. Come on. 7. Oh no, it didn't work that time. But I did make it on the chant. 7 plus 3 is a success. Thank God. But I'm like, it didn't work, as in he didn't get a nat 20. So he chants, purges. Carlsby's able to puke out the bad stuff. Euryalus might need to move. We got to do something here. Oh, I also need to move Fumblefizz further away. So he set these on fire. Do I have a fire token thing? Yeah. He set these on fire that were near him. So there's a fire on these ones. And he's going to move away from that. So I'm just going to back up, I guess. I came in here. Yeah, he can move that far. And I think maybe Euryalus will have to follow him, I guess. But that's really leaving Carlsby high and dry. I got to find a way out of this. I need somebody to not get possessed so I can do something cool. Carlsby. Oh, I know. I know what has to happen. Well, gosh darn it. I need Carlsby to draw the attacks is the problem. Carlsby's okay now. He's going to... I gotta try to yank the freaking shards out. But I also need to do some attacking. I need a kill here. I need a kill. So I'm going to do a bunch of things here. Carlsby's going to go invisible. And swing on this guy that he... No, wait. Swing on this guy who's wounded the most. So I'm going advantage attack because he's invisible. Nat 20. Yes! Nat 20. So double damage. Or 2d8 anyway. He's taken 6 damage so far. 5 more. Oh no, that's not enough to kill him. What is this crap? 5 damage total on a crit? This is one of those rule of cool situations. I should have just said he dies. Alright, I didn't. So he still needs 3 more hit points to kill him. I'm also going to try to strength. Try the strength check to pull shards out of him. Oh no, he didn't. So he's got shards in him that are going to be doing more damage. 3 damage, so he's in big trouble. So he's wounded badly, but he is... What am I trying to say? But he is invisible. I gotta do something here. I'm gonna have the ravens attack. We're gonna attack this guy. At least one. This raven's gonna attack. So that's not a hit. This raven's gonna attack him. That is a hit. Come on, I need 3 damage here. Shouldn't have said that. Oh, I got it! 3 damage. Got 1 kill. I'm gonna kill one of those so I can tell them apart. Got a kill. Oh, yes. Raven with the kill. That's awesome. Oops. Raven's first Raven kill. That's cool. And they're just flying around, buzzing around, causing a problem. What are the Ravens? I kind of need to know right now because they might be in some danger, actually. Valkyrie. Ravens. I know that they can be attacked. Ravens. You attract a number of ravens equal to your level. So he's got 2. They can communicate. They only have 1 hit point and a 10 AC. So if it gets hit, if they get hit, they're dead. And if they die, the Valkyrie takes a damage. So even if they don't... So I guess they're going to fly around. Do I sacrifice 1 here to keep the attacks off of us? Nah, they're going to fly up. So after they do their attacks, they're going to fly up, so they're out of range. They're just up in the air. And on that note, these guys will try to attack, but now there's fire here on the web. So is he on fire because he's standing in the web? I think he probably is. He'll have to move out, but I believe he gets a D4 fire damage from it being on fire. 3 fire damage. He's taken about half. And he's going to climb through the webs and come attack somebody. And it's not necessarily... He can't see Carlsby, but he can't get to Euryalus because Carlsby's right there. So I think what I'm going to say is Carlsby's going to place himself to protect these guys. So even if he starts to go over towards either of these guys, he's gonna run into Carlsby, who's invisible. And then he's going to have to attack Carlsby. I think that's what I'm going to say. But that sucks too, though. Because if Carlsby gets hit, I'm probably down. Woo! This is a dangerous one. 4? Sure. Okay, Carlsby. they're at disadvantage because he's invisible. So he's going to attack Carlsby. He's out. He got out of the fire at least, but he's going to attack Carlsby. Disadvantage is nat 1. Means he can't get his second attack off. So he forgoes his second attack. And this guy now, I don't know that I'd be able to block off. So I'm going to say if he tries to attack Fumble Fizz, he would get around here. So I'm going to go 50-50. Does he go after Euryalus 1, 2, 3? He'll end up having to fight with Carlsby. If he goes after Fumble Fizz 4, 5, 6, then he goes after Fumble Fizz. So he goes after Carlsby because he's trying to get to the corner and can't. So now he's got to roll at disadvantage against Carlsby. A 6 misses and disadvantage for the bite. Ooh, God, 20. 14 is going to hit with the bite. 1d4. I can't take a 4. Whew, thank God. 1. We're hanging in there on these guys at least. And poison. I have to make this poison save. I still got to make the poison save. So 15 con. What's my con? Nothing. Oh, God. 19! Yes! 19. Still out of focus. This is pissing me off. Good God. Forget it. Nobody's watching anyway. Okay. Our turn. Carlsby's still invisible. Thank goodness. That's like a get out of jail free card. Now I get a chance to do something I want to do. Something cool. Let's go with... I think I'm going to do my chant first. Burning Hand, Detect Magic, Magic Missile. Which one do I do? This shaman is awesome. I love the shaman. I'm going to try... Well, you know what? Let's see if we can't get rid of one of these guys. Maybe I don't have to try anything. Carlsby's going to use his advantage attack to try to hit the one that's got 7 hit points on him. Oh, it's this one, actually. Has already taken 7 hit points. Sorry. 12 plus 3 hits for D8. 8 damage. That is a kill. Yeah! See? I knew it. I knew it. Whatever that means. There's one left. Do we do anything here? Does he make a morale check? Do you make morale checks on their turn or right now? Because maybe he makes his morale check right now. Let's go ahead and go. Let's have Fumble Fizz do maybe Magic Missile. That's good for whatever. 6 damage. Nice, double 6s. So he's wounded badly. He definitely has to make a morale check at this point. What does Euryalus have? Got a spear. I kind of want to use my magic spear, but he also has Hiss of the Viper would for no, that won't do any good. I'm gonna use my spear. I'm just gonna do a regular attack. Got a +1. Actually, he can throw it. He can throw it for a +2, so I'm gonna throw it for a +2. Nope, misses anyway. Which means he's got to go pick it up if he wants to do an attack. But now I make a morale check with this guy, and I hope he loses or I'm screwed. 2. He's gone. So he runs. You're out of here. Bugger off. Whew, we survived that somehow, thankfully. A couple things happen here. One of them is first 2 levels. When used, okay, I need to make a charisma save with Fumble Fizz. Charisma check, 12 plus 7. So he misses. So he doesn't know yet. Basically, when he takes a pee, bodily fluids turn a dull amethyst color and develop a faint orchid scent. Okay, that's all right. Oh, I totally missed a detail. I said, oh, there's treasure at the bottom of that pool. Remember that? Last session. It was on a Hierophant's corpse. Maybe because I didn't know what a Hierophant was. Because that would have been a more interesting than just, here's a golden wreath and a golden rod. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so we survived. Those guys are dead. We've got to do something to get Carlsby and Fumblefizz and Fumblefizz healed up. So let's go over here. Oh, I think he's gonna stab his spear into one of the Spider-Men and ask a question. What would the question be? What would a question be? Were you always like this? And he would say no. It says ask a yes or no question. So this is I don't remember if I even mentioned this. So his cursed magic spear allows him to stab a recently dead corpse and ask it yes or no questions. Now, if it's just yes or no, I don't get much out of that, but maybe I ask a yes or no question and they can elaborate. So I think I would say, were you always like this? And he would say, no, I was once human. Can we figure out how this happened? I don't actually know. Clearly something in here is going to have done this to them, I believe. Let's move on so I can try and finish off this session. And there's a couple things. I want to at least clear this room because there's actually more stuff in this room, kind of. If we go up here, there's something up here, and I don't exactly know what. So I think what I want to do is first try a drum circle. I'm going to send the ravens up to make sure it's not like more monsters that can harm us. So I'll read the entry at least. Okay, so this is fine. These alcoves are filled with filth. Scattered are mason's tools, hammers. We better take a hammer. It's the only way we're going to get a hammer in Shadowdark. If you know, you know. In the northwest alcove, covered in excrement. Poop again. We had poop last session, a couple sessions ago. Is a stone altar dedicated to Opus. Now desecrated. Oh, the altar's been desecrated. So, I think we're going to do our circle here. Drum circle. Healing circle once per day. There's no roll. I just do it. I will make it a random encounter check roll. So on a 1, it is interrupted. It is interrupted. What is the random encounter? Crap. Well, what does that say again? Something happens if it's interrupted. All participants are healed. An herbalist or spellcaster can recover a lost spell. Increase random encounter chance. Well, it's not gonna work. Basically, it's interrupted. And we're gonna have a random encounter, and I think there might be a. Let me see if there's a random encounter chart for this dungeon. Then we use it for sure. There is random encounter chart. Here it is. What is our random encounter? Oh, interesting. Okay. Zatax speaks through a humanoid corpse in the area. Shouldn't have read that. I should have just done it. So Zatax, we set free. So she's actually friendly to us. So that's good. There's corpses here, and they're gonna hear this while they're doing this. She's gonna say, "You must keep moving. It is not safe here. Continue." So basically, it interrupts us, and she's gonna tell us to leave this area at least. So we can't do our circle here. And we're going to end there. I've got very little left to do in this dungeon, so I'm really tempted to keep going, but it's late at night too. So, all right, guys, I'm Bradu, the great Bradu. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I am thoroughly enjoying this at this point. This dungeon is pretty darn interesting, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. This is not like Ruins of Ardust is not a well-known, highly bought or downloaded or whatever. Though Will and B is certainly, and Menagerie Press is certainly popular in the Shadowdark circle. This was just an impulse buy because I found this book in, physical form at the store at the Dork store, the Dark Future, which is, I have only been there the one time, and I was like, I better get this. So I think this is awesome. I hope you guys agree. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you think that this is a cool adventure so far, and if I'm, if you're digging how the party works together. I'm actually feeling okay about the party now with the 3 of them, with a couple ravens, and the potential to. I kind of wanted to try to turn one of these guys, but I was so busy making him puke out the black spirits of the spider. So, all right, we'll see what happens next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Bradu.